Hello my beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I am Lotus, and I am so very thankful to have every single one of you tuning in today. If you have been following me along, we have activated the God DNA inside each of us, which has allowed the heaven gates to open. And now all of these new earth energies and 5D energies that everyone talks about, now we are allowed to tap into those high vibrational 5D and higher frequencies. So this week, if you are following me along, we are going to be shifting our focus from activating us, since we already have, to cleansing and detoxing each energy center. So I'm really excited because today's session is not intended to be short in any way, shape, or form. So please only watch this video if you actually have time, little to no distractions. And this is going to be a longer session today. We are really going to take some time to get to know you. All right. Today's session is all about you. All right. Each session I like to focus on you guys, but I really want you to take time today to really understand yourself and ask yourself some questions, some deep questions, right? So today's session, we are going to be getting vulnerable. And it is because we're going to the very core of you. And if that triggers you in any way, shape, or form, then good. Because that means I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. My job is not here to sugarcoat things and to go around your triggers or anything like that. No, I'm here to tell you, yeah, there's pain, there's hurt, there is stuff that you're not going to like, and that's okay. You're not supposed to like everything about you, because our past, there's things that we did that we just don't like. But it's about forgiving ourselves for those things. And sometimes we don't understand why we did some things, and simply we spend too much time in our mind trying to understand certain things about ourselves instead of just letting it go. Because yes, everything has a meaning to it, but not everything you're meant to understand right now. And it's about surrendering to the moment and having faith that you know exactly what you need to know when you need to know it. But in the meantime, it's about discovering things inside of yourself that are worth exploring. It's time for all of us to finally go within and heal and integrate and evolve. It is time for all of us to answer the call. Now that all of you have been activated, Heavenly Father has placed upon you a blueprint, feeling like maybe there's a calling or there is a purpose or some sort of dream upon your heart the Heavenly Father has placed upon. And this is going to be what you are being led to manifest into this physical world. This is what's going to create the kingdom of light. But in order to create the kingdom of light, we must go within first and create the kingdom inside. All right? Because in order for you to truly manifest anything, we need to take our focus from this outside 3D world and stop seeing with our 3D eyes, and remember that we are much more than the attachments of this world. And it's time for us to change the world. But in order for us to change the world, we must change ourselves first. And that's why today's session, we're going to take that time to do just that. Get to know ourselves on a very deep, soulful level so that we can begin to change ourselves, or even discover ourselves, or understand what even needs to be changed or healed, or just understanding energy in general. All right. So today we're starting with our root chakra, and we're going to the very core of us today. You are a sacred being. Your soul is sacred. And it is time to start treating yourself as such. And this body that we're in right now that allows us to express our soul, well, this body, I want you to think of it as being a sacred temple. And today we are going to focus on the foundation of your temple. So starting at the base of your spine, And I want you to extend all the way downwards, covering your knees, your legs, your ankles. This is going to be the foundation of your temple that we are going to focus on today. All right? So if you go within and close your eyes and you are imagining your temple, and I want you to imagine the foundation now. What does your foundation look like? Is there cracks in it? Does it need to be completely wiped out? Or perhaps maybe there's still just dirt there. Do you even have a foundation? And what I mean by that is, when we're going to talk about our foundation, not only do I want you to visually visualize yourself like building yourself a temple within, because this is going to become your center, your place of peace when we create this temple within yourself, all right? So this foundation, I want you to create it, and I want you to make it out of whatever you want it to. Do you want it to be concrete? Do you want it to be like dirt? Do you want it, like, what is your foundation for you? Okay? And after you visualize what it is that you want your foundation to look like, and I want you to visualize in your head, I want you to lay out maybe the concrete and have a whole layout of only the foundation, nothing else. So we're not building walls today, we're not building the windows, nothing. I just want you to visualize yourself, whatever it is your foundation looks like. I want you to lay it out in your head right now, and we're going to take a moment, and I'm just going to be quiet for a second, and I want you to take this moment to visualize that for yourself, okay? And then after we do that, we'll move to the next little step, okay? Just close your eyes. Let's calm the energy. Take a deep breath in and exhale. All right. How big is your temple? Or maybe it's small and simple. And even if you do maybe not want to have a foundation for your temple, maybe perhaps it's a garden. Whatever it is inside that you want to create and that you see, do that. All right. Now that we have laid out the foundation, now we are going to think about your foundation and your core beliefs, okay? Now we're going to think about the foundation on your relationships, on your friendships, on your belief systems towards like your career, money, the foundation on those, okay? So are you even in a career that you even like, or you just have like 7 kids and you feel like you have like 3 jobs and you just need to keep working? Are you not even doing anything that you really want to like enjoy? Do you feel like you just need to work to get by because you need to provide? Or are you actually doing something that you like? Or perhaps maybe you just need a little bit more courage because you have photography on the side as a hobby, but you just wish you could do that full-time more. You know, like, what is it that is on your heart's desire that you want to do? It's time for you to make your dreams come true. And it's time for you to understand what it is that makes you happy. And it all starts with your foundation and what your core is. Just like when it comes to your relationships. With your relationships and your friendships, your foundation on what everything starts at is also your boundaries, okay? What are you putting up with? What are you allowing? How are you interacting with others? Are you just trying to keep peace so you're not really like speaking your truth? Or, you know, it's time to ask yourself, what are your fears? What are you scared of? What are your weaknesses? These all start with their foundation of you. When you understand your weaknesses, when you understand your fears and what you're scared of, that allows you to know your limits, okay? And once we know our limits, we can break past those limits eventually, because now it gives us a goal and we're like, okay, cool, this is my limit. Once I reach here and I get here, it's like, all right, you know what? I think I can get a little bit, like I can push myself a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for you to figure out what scares you, what motivates you, What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your flaws? How do you treat people? Are you a good friend? What is your career? You know what I mean? What are your limiting beliefs? What are things that you took on from childhood that aren't your stuff, but somehow you believe it and it's now stuck with you and it's part of your foundation, you know? Perhaps nothing has been going right in your life and you're like, you know what? Psh, screw this. It is time to start over. You're right. Then have that courage to do so. And today, let today be that day that you're like, let me just clear out my entire foundation and let me just start over. Because there's nothing wrong with starting over. And society has programmed each of us to think that there's something wrong with failing, that if we fail, we're just a failure and we're just like a piece of crap. And no. No. Look at that, 1111 on the phone. See, this is confirmation right here. No, you're not a failure. You have to fail in order to succeed. They don't want you, society has programmed us to not move past that that like feeling of like failure, because if we move past that, then that means that we're like getting back up again and we're getting back in that high vibe and like getting going. And society doesn't want you to be in that vibe, because then they can't control you. When you're in a lower frequency, you give over your control, and then they can take that control, and that's what they want. But it's time to take back our control. It's time to take responsibility for ourselves and our beliefs and what we got going on with us. Because the more that we take care of our responsibilities and someone else doesn't have to any longer, then what's the point of them? Stop letting other people tell you that failing is bad. Because how are you ever supposed to succeed? We have to fail. We have to learn. We have to grow. I mean, at least that's what failure is. You fail from something and it teaches you what doesn't work for you. But you know what? You mightn't have had to go through that, because what didn't work for you might work for somebody else. Because we are all different, but yet somehow the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, our lessons are all in love that we're learning. So I want to, throughout this whole session today, I want you to think about those things. Think about your foundation and about what you believe, How are you reacting to other people? Do you have a lot of anger inside of you, so you're not very approachable? Are you too sweet and maybe you should be a little bit more guarded? You know what I'm saying? Because people take advantage of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for you to get real with yourself. All right? That's what today is about. It's time to get real. I know I do talk a lot, guys, and I just want everyone to be mindful of your creator, that everybody, like, that you view and like tune into, because each one of us, and especially like ASMR creators, we all are artists, I guess. Well, yeah, we're creators, yeah. But ASMR artists, we all are part of the collective, and we all kind of do our own thing in our own way. So just be mindful of that, all right? For me, I specialize in consciousness and energy, Christ consciousness in particular, and I feel like it's very important at this time for us to understand Christ consciousness better, so it connects us back to the God inside of each of us, and stop focusing so much on this outside world. At least right now, we should be focusing inside, creating it within, so that we can create and manifest it on the physical world, because that's what we're trying to do, is bring our manifestations from within out there. But first, you have to understand the energy within you and what you're creating and allowing, because what you focus on, you're creating. Okay, so your fears and stuff, it's important to remember that you're focusing right now on understanding what you're scared of, so that you can overcome it and release it, and it can help you understand a little bit more about yourself in the situations you might be attracting to yourself as well, because we attract what we already are. Okay, so be mindful of that. All right, so I know, wow, we're like 15 minutes in. I do apologize. I just talk, but I'm trying to explain this to you guys the best I can. All right, like I said, today's session is intended to be long, so we're going to start with this candle. And as we light this candle, I want this candle to represent an energetic gateway that we are lighting between me and you. So any type of negative vibrational energy, any type of fears, any anxiety, any limiting beliefs, anything that just isn't serving you anymore, that you want to get rid of, I want you to push all that energy. I want you to visualize you pushing all that energy out of you and just giving it to me. And as this energetic portal between us, what it's going to do is you're going to push this energy into or through this portal. And since it's fire, it's going to transmute it into higher vibrational energy. So never feel like when I'm asking you to give me all your stuff that you're like giving me all the bad. I mean, yes, you are, but when I receive it, it's being transmuted. Same for me. When I give my energy of high vibrational energy to you, I also send it through the portal or through the fire. And so like it's even more higher vibrational. And as long as the candle is lit, our connection will be solid. But with the root chakra, I associate it with, because I am an earth angel, I work with I work with angels. So today we are going to be bringing in Archangel Ezekiel. That's who I call upon personally to help assist us today with the root chakra. All right. You can call upon Archangel Ezekiel anytime you are in need of healing your root chakra, or if you need to overcome any sort of blockages, challenges at the time. If you're holding on to grudges or having any sort of anxiety, Archangel Ezekiel, call upon him and he will help you with this, all right? So, because remember, the angels in the spiritual realm are here to help us, okay? So anytime that you are feeling in need of any sort of healing, call upon the angels. They listen, okay? It's real. It's all real. So today, as we light this candle for yours and mine and everybody in the collective, highest and greatest good, I call upon Archangel Michael to come through today to put this protective bubble around this energetic portal, and I ask that Archangel Ezekiel please come through today in assisting us in cleansing and detoxing our root chakra today. Alrighty, let's attune us to the Reiki symbols. Alright, if you guys want to look into the candle, if there's anything that you guys want to do, like set an intention for today's session in any way, shape, or form, let's do so now. My intention for today's session, like I said, is to be an energetic portal for anything that you are wanting to release. You may do so today in this flame. And we have the protection of the angels with us, knowing that you are safe and protected. In today's session between us is also protected. So let's go ahead and begin, because I've been talking forever. And so, since we are sacred beings, it's very important to make sure we cleanse ourselves. This world is made out of energy. You are made out of energy. The more you understand the energy and how to use it, create, and manifest, the more you'll realize your power within, and the more you discover about yourself and understanding that power and how to create from it, the more you can help humanity. Because as you heal, humanity heals. It really does take one person to change the world. just moving this all throughout your energetic field. This is Palo Santo. And you can hear that. That is the garage. Hey, sister's going to work. Just moving this throughout the whole energetic body, the etheric field, your aura. This helps my third eye kind of see you, and the smoke or the sage helps illuminate for me with my third eye any energetic blockages inside of the collective, like that you guys might need and help to be released. Okay. It's one of my gifts, I guess I have. Right, so to begin, we are actually going to clear away any kind of fear or rage or I'm going to use these actually. We're going to clear away any kind of rage, any kind of fear. If you have any sort of suicidal thoughts or anything like that, if you have been suffering from insecurities, depression, feeling hopeless, or anything like that, this is all stemming from your root chakra. And these are all kind of like weeds that get in the foundation, you know, that self-doubt, the insecurity, the depression, all of this like shame, guilt, lower vibrational frequencies. This really does take a toll on us mentally and emotionally. And when we are mentally and emotionally drained or feeling low in vibration, this affects the way that we think, and our mind is what creates our world. Okay, that's why your mind is your best weapon, and the enemy will always try to go after typically the true enemy isn't physically trying to hurt you. They are trying to like mentally and emotionally break you down, because when you're in a lower vibrational, you're easy to manipulate and control in a sense. So we're going to take a deep breath in and exhale. And I want you to imagine any kind of fear, any kind of suicidal thoughts you might have had, or any depression. I want you to think about all of that. And I know that sounds really crappy, but in order for you to truly release anything, you have to stop suppressing it and allow the moment to just allow yourself to experience the moment, so that you can learn the lesson, grow from it, release it, understand it, process it, whatever you're in need of, okay? These are crappy feelings today that we're going to be dealing with. Then that is being brought to the surface right now. And it sucks, I know. But you're not alone. I'm here with you, okay? And we're doing this together. And everybody who's tuning in right now at the same time as a collective, you know how many energies you have right now? We're all doing this together, okay? And so I want you guys to remember that you're not alone and you're safe. So allow these thoughts, these emotions, anything that, you know, just is that you don't want to feel anymore. Let's get these coming up to the surface right now so that we can clear them, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these And I'm just going to gently kind of tap so that it like breaks up any of these thoughts, you know? So we're just gonna start at the root chakra. Or we're gonna start at the crown chakra and I'm gonna work my way down into the root chakra. Okay? All right. We're just moving down to the third eye. Moving down to the throat. And every time these crystals hit any type of fear you're feeling, any type of anger that is coming up, allow this vibration, the sound of these clicking together, allow the vibration to kind of like vibrate it away from you. Clear it away from your energy field, you know? That's my intention. Gently releasing, experiencing the fear and releasing. Experiencing depression, loneliness, insecurity, worries. If you have to cry, do so. If you feel anger, ball up your fist and then release. Feel it, experience it, process it, and release, release, release. Release. Facing our fears, overcoming the depression. Clearing, clearing. It's like pulling out the weeds, you know, all of that shame, all of the depression, worry, insecurities. Those are like weeds growing up through our foundation. Those are the cracks in your foundation you need to become aware of. 28 on the phone. You're in harmony and balance. So that means you are releasing what you need to. And I am so proud of you. And now I have this. We're going to use both of these actually. And now we are going to do like a deep scrub. And we are going to scrub your foundation. Alright? And we're going to do so. Actually, I'm going to do this because I think the sound of this is like, to me, it's like scrubbing the floors or something, you know? So, let's starting at your root chakra, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to visualize just the sound of this. Just visualize yourself scrubbing your foundation. Pulling out any last of those weeds that are coming through the cracks of your foundation. Sealing up, you know, those cracks with cement, or perhaps maybe if it's a garden, you're, you know, tending to the soil. Allow anything that is coming into your awareness now. Allow yourself to observe it. These thoughts, these emotions. Where are they coming from? Are they even yours? Gently scrubbing. I believe this is peach selenite. It was on part of my candle and it fell off. Now we're using it to scrub your foundation. Selenite is perfect for cleansing and clearing all chakras. And peach selenite, that peach color reminds me of our sacral chakra. So when we're starting with our foundation, you want to make sure you get that emotional and mental foundation within, you know, that's kind of where our fears and stuff come from or stem from. So you want to make sure we become aware of all of that. So I use this crystal today. And now I really want to take some time, actually, and I want to use these scissors, and let's use these to cut away any sort of toxic attachments you might have of codependency towards others in a financial way, or maybe you're just relying on somebody at work and their ideas a little bit too much. It's time for you to start speaking your truth and what your ideas are. It's time for you to start shining your light, letting yourself be seen. So let's go ahead, and I want you to visualize any sort of attachments. This could be to people, to places that you are in need of letting go of. This could perhaps be attachment to your phone. I know a lot of us are attached to our phones, and we spend probably way too much time on them. So this could even be something like that. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a person, you know. So just use your discernment, and I want you to visualize now of anything that you need to let go of or cut away. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Just cutting away all of these layers, all of these blockages and limiting beliefs. We're just going to cut through any darkness you might be facing that is keeping you from seeing the truth, from seeing your own light. You have the power and strength to stand firm and tall on your own. God has given you all the tools, all the wisdom within. And if you're feeling lost, my friend, then perhaps you should take some time to listen to yourself. Because the path, when we take time to listen, we'll realize is unfolding for us. But sometimes we're not always on the right path, or we feel like we're not on the right path because there's not movement. But I assure you, just because you don't see the path doesn't mean you're not on it. Maybe you're being taken to higher grounds. Alright, take a deep breath in and exhale. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of fear. I'm feeling a lot of fear still in the root chakra. Particularly, I want to say it's the divine masculine energy I'm feeling very strongly, but I want you guys to be mindful that we have divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us, okay? That's how we are whole, because we have both energies within us. So right now I'm feeling like there's a lot of fear in the masculine energy in our collective. And this is just really meaning that I'm feeling a lot of fear based upon maybe taking action, or what you would perceive yourself as being strong. Our divine masculines in this society, we think that we're supposed to be like physically strong, you know, to protect our family. But I mean, yeah, that there's truth to that, yes. But in complete honesty, like, why can't you be mentally strong or emotionally strong? Because most feminines, we are strong individuals and we can financially take care, materialistically take care of ourselves. So I want someone that is mentally and emotionally strong enough to be able to handle me, especially because the feminines, we seem to be emotional and sensitive to, you know, that's what society tells us. So I want someone who's mentally and emotionally strong enough to be able to handle me when the days I feel like I can't handle the world. I want to be able to lean on somebody. So I really want you guys to be mindful of that. What does it mean to truly, what is a true divine masculine? What does that truly mean to you? Is your beliefs based upon what society has taught us? If so, then I would highly recommend everybody really taking the time to really understand what it means to you. What does it mean to you to be a man? Or what does masculine energy, what do you perceive that to look like to you? Is it what society has, and I'm not saying that everything society has taught us is bad. I'm just saying probably 95% of it is. No, not all of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of love and light out there, okay? But I'm just saying, like, as children, a lot of us were programmed to, you know, think that men needed to be, like, very masculine. I feel like that is the wrong word to be using, because it definitely is incorrect. But I hope you guys are understanding a little bit what I'm saying. I hope. If not, we're going to move past it, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and we're now going to... I'm gonna actually... Oh, wait. I have this thing. One of my friends gave this to me. And we are going to use this, excuse me, any kind of like sluggish energy that you might be feeling, unmotivated energy. If you've been suffering from a lot of panic attacks, let's see, panic attacks, financial blockages, any type of sluggish energy, anybody who's been addicted to pain pills. These are all imbalances of your root chakra. So today we are going to use this and we are going to cut through. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of start. I'm going to be focusing and visualizing with my third eye. This is by proxy energy work session today, okay? And so with my third eye, I'm visualizing me focusing on your root chakra, okay? So I'm cutting through any of this, even though like I'm focusing right here in your face. I want you guys to just know I'm focusing on the root chakra. No. Okay, so we're gonna cut through any type of like sluggish energy that you might have been suffering from. Just slicing through this energy, this unmotivated energy. If you have any type of financial instability, let's just slice through these blockages that are preventing you from flow to reach you. Remember, abundance is your birthright. Let's just slice, cut through. When your mind is mentally strong and you tell yourself and you choose and actually like make the solid choice to say I'm no longer going to do this, or I'm no longer going to act this way or be this way, and you actually declare it, you'd be surprised how it shifts your reality and how soon it impacts your life on the physical world out here. But if anybody has been feeling unmotivated, fatigue, any sort of way, we're just cutting through these energetic blockages. Any blockages that have to do with finances. You're gonna slice right through that. Abundance is your birthright. Just repeat that mantra. Abundance is my birthright. Abundance is my birthright. Abundance is my birthright. Abundance wants to flow to you. Sometimes our own beliefs about money get in our own way, or sometimes we get stuck in a career that it feels like we're just kind of like doing the same thing over and over again, and sometimes we get bored in our own career, and so the energy of us going to work every day kind of is like a zombie, and we're just kind of like there, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to work today, I'm coming home, oh yeah, back home again, you know? It's about changing that energy at work, moving that energy inside of you, getting it in a higher vibrational, frequency. When you change your frequency and your vibe is higher, people want to be around you. And you also feel better. And people notice that. They feel that. They can sense it. They can see it. And then when you're in a better mood, you perform better at work, get along better with your coworkers, and who you know. Before you know it, you might get promoted. Just because you changed your vibration. You may not always do what you love, but for the most part, you should. Go where the love is. Alright. Now that we've cut through a lot of that, I'm just going to clear with my hands. Just gently clearing some of this. Clearing it out of your foundation for you. I'm so proud of you today for taking the time out of your day or your evening, whenever you're tuning in and joining me, to be present, to be here in this moment with me, to choose to heal, to choose to discover yourself. That takes strength. Not everybody is going to take the path that you're on now. Some of us, or some people, eventually might get to where you're at now, but it's about taking that moment to be proud of yourself and realizing that you are here though, right now. Choosing to heal and understand, choosing to integrate, let go, evolve, and become something better. Something you've always felt inside, but perhaps maybe it just wasn't the right timing, or you didn't have enough courage to do so. It's okay, because now is the time. And everything that you are wanting to manifest, it's going to come true. I have a feeling. But it's only going to come true after you understand how to properly manifest and create from the energy within you. The more you understand the energy within, the better you can manifest. And more properly you can manifest too, right? Alright, now I have a few crystals. And we're going to start with this beautiful golden healer quartz. And we're going to move this throughout your... I'm going to focus up here, but my intention for this is to focus on each leg, okay? And anybody who suffers from like knee problems or arthritis or has ankle issues. I know I used to play soccer when I was little, and I broke my ankle a few times. I've broke both of them actually, but it now, like, I didn't let it heal properly, and my ankle like permanently like has this like clicking noise to it. It's odd. And sometimes every once in a while it does kind of like flare up. It kind of sucks. But if that is happening to you, like in your ankles or your knees, or if you suffer from arthritis of any sort, if you have any kind of anxiety disorders or even eating disorders, okay, this is all stemming from a sick root chakra, all right? And typically your root chakra becomes sick if you are not dealing with your emotional, mental, or spiritual energy within you. If you don't deal with it or face it and you suppress that energy, what happens is that energy shows up as physical manifestations in the body, which then causes blockages, and which then allows a lot of actual issues and the like diseases sometimes even in our body if we don't physically, or if we don't take the time to like actually detox ourselves mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. They will physically begin to impact our body because we are made of energy. And so it's important to make sure that the flow of energy between you stays open. Okay, so we are going to start with this golden quartz, and I'm going to just brush it down each leg with the intention of sending my energy and the golden healer quartz energy to your legs to amplify and enhance the healing energy, to allow any of the inflammation from your arthritis or anything, allow that to kind of go down, maybe the swelling or anything like that. All right, so I'm just going to, we're just gonna go down each leg. Allowing you to release any pain or tension. Just gently moving up and down the legs. Getting this energy flowing, and especially since we broke up a lot of that energetic blockages, we want to make sure that we get this energy flowing out of us, right? And bringing all the way up. It's back down. We'll do an infinity symbol. Getting this energy moving. Allowing this stagnant energy to move out of us. Lower vibrational frequency energy to move out of us. Alright. And now I have this red jasper, and I think this is my black obsidian. And I'm just going to gently move this down each leg as well. And we're going to, this is going to help us release any sort of anxiety disorders that you might be suffering from, or if you have any kind of eating disorders. We're going to use both of these. I'm going to rub them together and move them down the legs to send some of that healing energy to you, okay? Gently sending love, comforting energy. Remember, food gives you energy. It's not bad for you. And this is my large smoky quartz. I love this. This is perfect for grounding and anchoring us into the physical world. Your root chakra links you to the physical world so that you can become active, kind of, or your sacral chakra allows you to become an active explorer of the world, but your root chakra links you into the physical world. It basically allows you to like become aware of your surroundings a little bit more. And so I want to actually take this down. I'm going to make an infinity symbol, and I'm going to focus on kind of bringing you down and like grounding you more to Mother Earth, anchoring you into the earth. All right, imagine yourself from like the soles of your feet, like if you're floating in the air, and you imagine yourself visually like coming down to the earth and having your soles of your feet kind of like anchor in and like really connect to the earth and becoming firm like a tree and tall like a tree, you know, like not being able to be moved, almost like a mountain, firm and strong like a mountain, you know? That way we can, because once we're anchored in to the earth, then nothing can move us, and we're a force to be reckoned with, and that's what you want to be, you know? So now we're going to use this. I'm going to do affinity symbol, and we're just going to anchor you in to the earth. The more grounded you are, the more rooted you are in knowing who you are. When you are rooted in knowing who you are, it allows you to become more grounded to the earth. Remember, we are all God's children. We are always protected. We have this beautiful love, light, wisdom inside of us. Anything we're in need of, we just gotta go within. We're just anchoring. When we are anchored in, it allows Mother Gaia to pump her nurturing, loving energy up through the soles of our feet. And when this happens, this also allows this energy to clear out any of the fear or anything like that as well. So if you are suffering from knee pain or arthritis of any sorts, try to go outside and ground yourself as well. Connecting with the earth itself is very grounding. Alrighty. So I have this, and I want this, my intention with this today is this is like your soul, okay? The very core of you. Sometimes it's not always crystal clear. And when it gets like that, that's because we need to take time to cleanse and detox it. Because anytime we feel lost or confused, it's because we're not connected to our intuition. We can't properly hear ourselves. It takes time, but over time, your soul eventually will want all the layers of darkness, I guess you would say, kind of fall away or are transmuted. Underneath all of that is your very core, your innocence, your purity. And that's what we're trying to get back to. The core of who you are, your innocence. It's time to base your world around you. Because when you build your life around you and your happiness, and you create your own peace for yourself, no one can take that from you. And it also allows you to begin to manifest your dreams on the outside in the physical world too. And then before you know it, all of our dreams are coming true, and it's like this massive dream of the Heavenly Father that is integrating its way into this physical world and becoming something that's not just a dream, but something that's an actual reality. That's what we're doing here. But in order to truly manifest it into the physical, It starts with your core beliefs of your soul, the blueprint of your soul. Is your soul crystal clear right now? Or is there darkness around it? Can you see? Can you hear what you are trying to say to yourself? Or is there still some limiting beliefs there? Is there still some fears? You're a magical being, my friend. You have so much potential and so much power within you. And it's time to discover your truth. My friend gave me this. Told me it was clear quartz. I think it's just a glass crystal ball. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's a clear quartz, but because I don't feel any energy. Excuse me. But alrighty. Excuse me. Okay, so I am actually going to go ahead and we are going to start at your crown chakra, and I am going to just kind of move my energy with your energy, kind of clearing out any last lower vibrational frequencies, any last attachments, anything that just is ready to come out of your energy center. I'm going to use my hands kind of like, oh, you know what? I have this little tiny selenite actually. We're going to use this, and it's going to be like a magnet, and it's going to pick up. I'm just going to move it down your whole energy center, your whole aura, starting up here at your crown chakra. And it's going to be like any last little, I don't know, energy that's not serving you. Allow this to be like a magnet. Stick to it and we'll wash it down, yeah? Okay? And I want you guys to be mindful of your foundations today. And I mean, you guys can do what you want, obviously. You have the free will to do so. But when you are thinking, maybe tonight, if you meditate or self-reflect on some of the things I talked about today, I want you guys to center it around this question. Is there love in it? If your foundation doesn't start with love, then maybe you should reconsider what you are starting from. Because every foundation should start from love. We've been living in these lower vibrational, fearful energies for so long. So why not believe in yourself more and change your perspective finally, and try the other side of it? And try and inserting love in everything. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna find love. But don't get me wrong, love sometimes can be scary to some people, I get that, but I really, really think you should consider starting your foundations on love. Because I know personally for me, my foundation of everything starts with self-love. All my foundations. So if there's no love, maybe you should ask yourself why there's no love there. Why you decided to start a foundation where there was no love. I mean, to me, that's like a huge red flag. If there's no love there, that means there's no respect there. There's nothing, honestly. Like, what are you building it on? Greed or something like that? And then it's like, well, are you wanting to be like that, or are you trying to become self-aware and change, you know? So go where the love is. But if you want to go where the love is, you also have to create from love. So it's just something to think about, guys. Alright, I think that looks wonderful, actually. I know this was a longer session, and I talked so much. But I just think it's very important that we understand ourselves, because this world is in need of love, and it is in need of healing. And there's so many people out there who refuse to talk about some of these hard truths and hard things that we need to talk about. So because no one wants to talk about these difficult topics, nobody knows how to heal from them. Nobody knows what questions to seek or how or where to even begin to heal. So I know that I talk a lot during these sessions, but I am praying that someone out there, it helps. Alright, I have this incense that I'm actually we're going to light this, and we're going to run this through your entire etheric field or your aura to kind of put over a protective layer over your entire energetic body, right? This is going to be like me sending my protection towards you or for you. And since we have Archangel Ezekiel and Archangel Michael with us today during today's session, I ask that they come forth with us right now. Well, I mean, I guess they've been with us this whole session, but in particular right now. And I ask that they amplify this smoke that is going around each of you. And I want you to visualize it as being this protective bubble. No lower vibrational influences from this point forward. May they no longer affect you. It's like that thorn out of your side. Now that we've cleared and cleansed out some of these blockages, and hopefully any of these thoughts or fears, insecurities, now that all that's cleared out, allows you to have a very solid, firm foundation. So we need to make sure we keep it protected. Make sure you keep meditating too, guys, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. That way you can kind of keep out those like weeds, you know, those weeds of like, and when I mean like weeds, I mean like those insecurities or worry or self-doubt or anything like that. Those are like the weeds that kind of get up in our foundation if we don't pull them and cleanse them and make sure we clear that. You know, it's like mowing your grass, you know, you gotta continue to, you know, keep up on stuff, upkeep of the things. Alright, now that I have put this beautiful protective bubble around you, may the next few days, may you self-reflect and process and integrate and evolve. just going to go ahead and we're going to flip out the aura and we're going to end the session. All right, so turning the crown. Just fluffing out your aura. Moving down the arm. Going back up. Going down the torso. Going on the other arm. And now make your way down to the legs. Other leg. Okay. Awesome. How are you guys feeling? Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining me, and thank you guys for allowing me to just kind of talk today, and for everyone who tuned in and listened. I really appreciate the time that you guys spent with me. Thank you guys for all of my brand new subscribers, and for everyone who continues to find me. Thank you guys for all your likes, all your donations. My birthday is this week, so I'm really kind of excited. It's on Friday. I'm going to be 30. I'm really happy. So this is going to be a very powerful week for all of us, especially since I'm focusing on cleansing and detoxing each one of our energy centers. So this week, my next video coming out is going to be our sacral chakra, which is the second ray of Christ consciousness that we are going to be cleansing and detoxing. Alright, thank you guys so very much for tuning in and joining me. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Alright, I love you guys so very much. I am sending you all my love and light. Namaste.